And welcome back, everyone, to a birthday who would win. A birthday who would win I put on the wrong day. That, Draymond, is why you didn't get your birthday who would win yesterday, is because I accidentally put it on the wrong day in my planner. But for Draymond, it's Draymond 18. You asked the question, in a three-way fight, who wins? An African lion, a Thylacoleo or whatever it is, which is an ancient Australian marsupial carnivore, or the Horrane, which is a speculative evolution of a primate from the book After Man. Which, by the way, I have yet to. I can't find a copy of that book in, like, say, a Barnes and Noble near me, but I very much remember that book as a kid, and I loved it. This actually really comes down to several factors: ferocity and the tools that come with that, like claws, teeth, all that. Ferocity, tools, teeth. It's intelligence and size, because let's be honest, size matters in the animal world 9 times out of 10. So the only one we don't actually have a size on is the Horrane. Now, we have a picture of the Horrane, which you can see right here. It's actually more cheetah designed, and they're basically just ground dwellers now. Now, because they're primates, though, they should be primates. They should have relatively decent high intelligence, but we don't. I can't recall the level of where it said their intelligence lies in the speculative evolution. But sorry, haven't been up more than like 15 minutes. In the think words here. In the book, I can't remember where they said their intelligence lied in the book. But that said, they seem to be roughly the size, slightly larger than the cheetah, based on one of the few comparative size analysis I could find. But they're not muscular animals, whereas something like the Thylacoleo is a very muscular, stocky animal. Now, because they're predators, most predators tend to be on the more intelligent side because they kind of need to be able to catch prey. But none of them are geniuses either. I would say intelligence-wise, it's got to be either the lion or the Horrane. And I think the Horrane would probably win in that regard. Now, that being said, these guys all function more or less the same way. We're looking at them as individuals, not as a pride or a group or a troop, whatever you want to call it. However, we do have the full, at least the estimated size of the Thylo and the actual size of the lion. So the Thylacoleo, they speculate. Now we only have so much, for their skeleton, but the estimates are that it ranged up to 30 inches high at the shoulder, so about 3 foot high, weighing somewhere between 223 and 287 pounds, and was somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6 feet long from head to tail. And its tail isn't even that long, as you can kind of. Oh no, it's actually the tail's decently long. Sorry, yeah, you can tell it had a decent tail. So a decent size animal, like not an animal you'd want to try to fuck with. But unfortunately, if we're going the full size of an adult male African lion, and you want to go with the biggest version of biggest lion you can, which would be the Southern African lion, not the East African or the Indian lion, then you're dealing with an animal that on average hits a shoulder height of 82 inches, which means it doubles this thing in height. And that's just a tail length, and it's just a tail length of 3.8 inches. So it's already over half the length of its body. And then if we're going with the full-on weight of this damn thing, tail length 6.8 inches. They don't get a body length though. Oh no, head and body length. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry. That's the head and body length. I apologize. I thought that was the shoulder height. But still, head and body length is 82 inches with a separate tail length of 36 inches. That means from head to tail, An adult male African lion is about 118 inches long, which means it's nearly just shy of 10 feet long, which means it kind of dwarfs both of these animals in just sheer length. And then maximum weight for a southern African lion is estimated to be near 500 pounds. So it near doubles the damn Thylacoleo. And the Horrane, again, there's no actual size given, but it's got clearly a more lithe cheetah-like build. And cheetahs, while big, are the smallest of the big cats, and lions could regulate a cheetah up. In a one-on-one confrontation, well, 3-on-3, but you know what I meant, or one-on-3, I guess is the best way to put it. On a one-on-3 confrontation, I think the Horrane is actually the least likely to win because the stocky build of the Thylacoleo at least means it can kind of take hits. It can kind of dish out some more damage. It's kind of more durable. It can roughhouse a little bit. But the Thylacoleo, or sorry, the Horrane, it looks more like it doesn't have a natural predator in that world at that point. And B, it doesn't look like it's designed for combat, whereas lions are designed for combat. Lions fight constantly. So I think the Horrane goes down first because it just doesn't have the equipment to fight, let alone fight two other animals at once. And unfortunately, the Thylacoleo just has the size disadvantage. If it were the same size as the African lion, we could have a much more interesting conversation. But it's literally half the size of the lion. The lion is probably going to ragdoll this thing after a little while. After it's done dealing with the Horrane and its annoyance, it's going to be like, ew. Just start beating the living hell out of this thing. So yeah, in a three-way fight, the lion I think comes out on top for pure power, ferocity, size. It's also got probably the best equipment on call. Its retractable claws are razor sharp. Its bite can just break bone. It's just break a neck. I think the lion is still king of the jungle in this fight. But this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.